You think Asian women are going to go 50-50 with you on the bill?
No, we date traditionally, which means if I invite the girl out, I plan and pay for the date. The catch is the cost of living is often 1/4 the price overseas, so even if we pay for the whole date, we're still paying less than what we would have paid 50-50. And this is a point that I don't think gets talked about enough when it comes to passport bros. It's not just dating, it's cost of living, it's rent, it's gym, it's food, it's everything, and it increases the quality of your life. At the end of the day, it's a men's health movement about doing what's best for you. It takes one US remote job and the courage to leave to experience all of that, plus a dating culture that is a lot less toxic.
A lot of people, not just men, come to the Philippines so that they can experience our values and morals, especially a culture that's beyond money and privilege. So why are these women shocked that they're dating us? Is it because you think you're better than us? Because the belief that someone's worth is measured by their financial status or societal privilege is for shallow-minded people that only has that to offer.
Growing up in the Philippines, you see passport bros all the time. All the time. It's like normalized. Minsan pa nga pag may ating nakapangasawa ng AFAM, sinasabi nila, isang Pilipino na naman ang nakaahon sa hirap. Pero pag nakadating ka na sa Amerika, makikita mo talaga na hindi pantay ang tingin nila sa atin. Unfortunately, I'm literally holding your hand when I say this. At ang masasabi ko lang sa mga ate ko, at sa mga tita ko na mag-a-AFAM dyan, always, always, always have an exit plan. Hindi lang para sa'yo, para din sa mga bata. Relationships like that have a clear power dynamic. You are not in an even playing field. That means we don't have to tolerate it, but we owe it to ourselves to be informed.
The Passport Bro movement is estimated to contribute $500 million annually to local economies in Southeast Asia alone. That's not a fringe phenomenon. That's a capital flight. Men redirecting the money they would have spent on Western dating, Western apartments, Western marriages, and Western divorce attorneys into economies that receive them with something closer to appreciation. The market corrected. The direction of the correction is what's producing the outrage.
Oh, have you heard of passport bros?
What is a passport?
Okay, passport bros are men that are so fed up with Western women because we're all apparently so woke and so terrible and Western women don't want to be wives that they are now going to other countries to find wives.
Like which countries?
Like Southeast Asia, Philippines, the Dominican Republic.
So it's like the opposite of the mail order bride.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Okay, so they're, instead of ordering out, instead of using stamps.com.
Yeah, and bringing them here, they're like, we want to get out.
It feels more expensive, but...
It is. And so a lot of these men get remote jobs. And so they go there and they live in these countries and then they meet these women. And then women in the Western world, specifically the United States, are so pissed off about it. And they're like, you're going to all these countries where these women don't even know how to speak English. They can't even read. They're so uneducated. And then the men like film themselves with these women and like show themselves on dates. And the women are so elegant and they're so well spoken and they're so traditional. And they're like, look at these women. Yeah, passport bros. Because Western women are so bad.
Did not know about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I'm here.
Interesting. I mean, I did marry a woman from abroad. I mean, she'd been in America since she was 12. But still, she's Israeli.
So. There you go.
Yeah.
You're like a reverse passport, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she came here and she got citizenship, so.
You didn't import her?
I did not import my wife, no.
Make that very clear.
45% of passport bros identify financial freedom as a primary motivator for relocation, and 60% cite traditional values as the main reason for dating abroad. A one-bedroom apartment in Medellin runs $450 a month, 75% cheaper than the American average. Compare that to the $189 per date economy at home, and a man doing the arithmetic isn't running from Western women. He's running a business decision. The geography is just the P&L made visible.
I understand why these men are becoming passport bros, because most American women are not feminine at all. Like, there's really like barely any feminine American women anymore. So that's why these men are having to go overseas to get a feminine woman. But I think the reason why American women aren't feminine anymore is because y'all said that y'all didn't want feminine women. Y'all want y'all women to be gangster chick. I need a gangster chick. I need a gangster chick. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring up the Apache song. Yeah, Saints Row 2. Y'all was talking about how you didn't want a pretty girl. You don't want a girly girl. You want a man for real. That's why you wanted a gangster chick. I need a gangster chick. Let's not forget that y'all was rapping about that. Let's not forget about all the mainstream hip hop that you guys love to push so much, where the girls in the passenger seat rolling up, pew-pewing at people. Oh, like I said, Apache said he wants his girl setting people up on the corner of the block. What? It sounds like y'all be wanting men. But now that women have become so masculine now, y'all are like, dang, that's a little bit too much. You're giving me competition. Now y'all are trying to run overseas now. Now you're looking for a feminine woman because you couldn't handle a gangster chick. You need a gangster chick.
Can't even be responsible for themselves? Like, what are you even talking about right now? Western women are literally the independent ones that you are running away from and going to non-Western countries to go buy a wife. And we're like, bye! You are the one that hits the walls. That's a man thing. That's not what women do. Men can't control their big girl emotions, and so they have to punch a hole through the wall. And oh no, alone in a home full of cats. It's pretty sad that women would prefer to live with something that shits in a box than have to put up with one of you people. Now, I think that says a lot more about men than it does women, okay? I don't hear about a woman loneliness epidemic, and you never will, because men are the ones that need us.
55% of Passport Bro community members state they feel more respected in foreign dating markets, and the TikTok search term Passport Bros increased over 300% in a single year. You can dismiss the movement as escapism, and a lot of people have. But dismissal doesn't explain the size, the demographic breadth, or the geographic specificity of where these men are landing. Men don't uproot their lives for escapism. They uproot for a better deal. And the deal on offer in Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, and Latin America includes pair bonding without the ambient hostility that Western dating has normalized as a personality.
I think you should only be allowed to be a passport bro if you can build a plane. If you can build an airplane and get yourself over to Thailand, go buy your wife. Have at it. Otherwise, why are you cosplaying like a king? You shouldn't have access to that technology. You were never supposed to go over there. There are plenty of good women here. If you can't find one woman in the entire United States, you don't get to go over there. Why would they want the undesirable?
First of all, that logic makes no sense. That's like saying no woman should be able to be with a rich man if she can't be rich herself. You see how dumb that sounds? Why are people gatekeeping this kind of shit now? This passport bro shit is so funny because now it's just exposing women about how they can't stand the fact that some men just leave. And what if that woman over there is using him? Who the fuck knows or cares? Would you care if a rich man's using you? No, because your bill's paid. And here's my thing, which I don't understand because this is why that logic of that shit makes no sense. If a man is going over to another country and he's considered as mid, undesirable, he doesn't have enough money for you, and, you know, he's going to go find someone somewhere else and do whatever he wants. Exactly why is that a bad thing for you? Because that would be filtering out the men that you don't want, and the men who are left are going to be the ones who want you or you want, right? So why the fuck are you whining about it? I don't understand. It's like, bro, this passport bro thing is exposing a lot of women right now. It's not exposing us men. Us men are doing what we want to do. But this thing is just like really making women look a little weird. Not all of y'all, but I'm just saying this is crazy. The last video I did about this thing didn't make any sense either because that woman was just yapping. But I need somebody to explain this shit to me because like she came up with a logic I ain't never heard in my fucking life. You gotta build a plane to have access to technology to go fly over somewhere now. Hey ladies, I'm gonna give you a logic. You gotta know how to build a business in order to be with a man who's a business owner now. I sound stupid, don't I? I know. Bro, I need some help here. Like, comment down below. Tell me something, because this shit ain't making sense to me either.
The fury is disproportionate to the actual threat, which tells you what the fury is actually about. A man who relocates to Vietnam isn't stealing anything from Western women. He's exercising the same freedom of movement and partner selection that women exercise constantly and enthusiastically. The asymmetry in the response, the same crowd that champions female hypergamy as empowerment treating male hypergamy by geography as a moral failure, is the tell. The rules were always different. Passport bros just stopped pretending not to notice.
And I'm just not a chill girl because if a guy tells me that he's traveled anywhere, for instance, this guy yesterday told me he traveled to DR. I said, oh my God, the women there are so beautiful. Did you there? There? He said, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. I knew it.
The Economist covered this from Da Nang in 2026 and couldn't resist the manosphere rhetoric framing, ranking countries by how feminine or traditional their women are. as if feminine and traditional are inherently sinister coordinates. But strip the framing, and what you have are men making informed consumer decisions in a global marketplace. A man who prefers warmth, domestic investment, and genuine enthusiasm for partnership isn't pathological. He's describing a product spec. The fact that the product isn't widely available domestically is a domestic supply problem, not evidence of his deficiency.
Is passport bros, like whatever you want to call them. I just don't understand how the most basic level men can leave America, travel to these other countries, and just pull absolute tens, like the hottest girls that you will ever see. And these men, like men that we wouldn't even look twice at, are just pulling them and convincing them to date them. Like, I truly don't understand it. Can someone please explain to me how this is happening and how these men are able to get away with it? Also, like, how can we stop this? It's out of control, and it's getting to a point where it needs to be stopped.
The funniest part about this video is that she answers her own stupid ass question. She said, these are the men that women in America wouldn't even look at twice. Exactly. Because American women have spent years convincing themselves that they're all 9s and 10s while treating even the above average hardworking men like they're completely invisible. Then they want to lose their damn minds when those same men they've ignored suddenly leave the country and have attractive women wanting relationships with them. So what she's actually admitting is that these men were never low value. American women just decided they were. Because the men didn't change, the women did. Social media and dating apps changed the market by giving these women unlimited attention and validation. So the appreciation changed. See, a bottle of water is a bottle of water. Whether it's on the shelf at Walmart for $1 or sitting in a luxury hotel desk for $10, the product doesn't change, the environment does, the placement does. These men didn't magically become better looking the second they got on an airplane. They just went somewhere their qualities were actually valued instead of ignored. And let's be honest, the women that these men are finding aren't asking how tall is he or how good looking is he, what's his income or social status. They're looking at the whole damn man, everything about him, his character, his work ethic, his stability, his ability to lead, his willingness to commit. And back home, too many women have spent years simply reducing men to a checklist, while at the same time screaming and losing their damn minds when men look at women for their weight or their ability to just bring peace to their lives. I mean, the hypocrisy is fucking incredible. The biggest tell in this entire video isn't her confusion. It's when she asks, how do we stop this? Stop what exactly? Men finding women who actually appreciate them? Men going to where they're wanted instead of just tolerated or just outright ignored? Men leaving a dating market that told them they weren't good enough while demanding they bring more and more to the table every year? That's the part that exposes all of her bullshit. If these men were really worthless, if they were basic losers that she claims they are, then why the fuck does she care where they go? Nobody gets upset when something has no value. People only panic when something valuable leaves. See, women are starting to realize that the men they've mocked, ignored, put in the friend zone, or just outright rejected weren't nearly as worthless as they thought. And now these men are getting wives, girlfriends, families, respect, sex, appreciation, peace. Everything that these women want, they're getting from somewhere else. And suddenly it's a problem. The reality is very simple, that American women, Western women created this shit because they've spent years overvaluing themselves, inflating their standards, chasing the same top 10, top 5% of men, and acting like average men should be grateful to even have a chance to compete. Now those average men, or above average men, are saying, nah, fuck that. And they're taking their time, their money, their attention, their commitment, and resources somewhere they're actually appreciated. And no, this isn't going to stop. And you definitely don't stop it by shaming men. You don't stop it by calling them passport bros. You don't stop it by pretending they're losers. You stop it by becoming the type of women that a man actually wants to stay for. The fact that so many women are more concerned with stopping men from leaving than asking why are they leaving in the first place tells you exactly how fucking arrogant this mindset has become.
And the "you couldn't get a woman here" argument, the go-to dismissal, collapses under basic demographic scrutiny. The passport bro cohort skews heavily educated, entrepreneurial, and veteran-heavy. These are not the men who couldn't compete. These are the men who competed, assessed the prize, and decided it wasn't worth the ongoing cost of ownership in this market. That's a different thing, a very different thing.
If you've ever wondered what the female equivalent of a man going to Brazil or Thailand is, it is going to Australia.
This was never really about them. Every man watching who's considered the passport option, whether you've acted on it or not, the point isn't that foreign women are universally better. The point is that you are allowed to optimize. You are allowed to include geography in your selection criteria. You are allowed to choose the environment where your specific qualities are recognized and valued, instead of running a losing campaign in a market structurally disinclined to see your value. Leave, or don't, but do it, because it's what you actually want, not because someone's contempt convinced you to stay and prove something you owe nobody.
So I'm scrolling on Facebook, of course, and I see this passport bro meme, and it's showing this guy right here with the passport saying, "Go where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated." And clearly he's being tolerated by an opportunistic woman from one of these countries. You know, you guys seen like 90 Day Fiance, right? Like, and then there's this dude in the comments who said, "Black women, why are y'all not mad at the white men who have been doing this for years?" Now, I'm about to talk about the really dark side of passport bro. So, the white men that have been doing this passport bros thing for years, they've been going to pay for 10, 11, 12-year-old girls. That's why those white men have been passport bros. There's literally whole documentaries on this phenomenon of white men getting passports and traveling overseas just to have sex with underage girls. See, the part about the passport bros that nobody wants to mention is a lot of these men are actually going overseas to fuck underage girls. That's what a lot of them are doing. They want to talk about, oh, the white men have been doing this for years. Yes, we are aware that white men have been going overseas, spending money on 10, 11, 12-year-old girls. Yes, that is why white men do that passport bro shit. And the 90 Day Fiance grown woman or women from those countries, even 19, 20, 21-year-old girls living in those third world countries, they're very opportunistic. They're looking for a way out. They're not fucking stupid. Those women are not more submissive. They're not more caring towards you. They're not more accepting towards you. No, those women just see you as a fucking meal ticket. So these passport bros ain't really going there for the woman. They're going for little girls. And this is the part of the passport bros that I'm surprised that nobody's fucking talking about. Like, we're really seriously not going to mention that this passport bro shit is really just going overseas to fuck underage girls? Really? We're going to completely leave that part out? Because if you watch 90 Day Fiance, you know them women from overseas, even them early 20 women, they're very opportunistic. They ain't fucking dumb. If you're living in a third world country and you're looking for any way out possible, you're not going to be stupid. They're going to use you. They're going to treat you worse than American women. They have higher expectations than American women because they knew you flew all the way overseas to get them. So they're going to demand more money. They're going to demand more from you. So they're actually going to be harder to deal with than American women. So the passport bros, no, you ain't going over there because American women are too hard to deal with. You're going to fuck underage girls.
Recently, I did a video where I was talking about passport bros and how American women view the women that end up going out with, or in fact, marrying the passport bros. And after seeing that, one of my followers sent me this video. And I have to say, I've been walking this earth for a little over 60 years, and I thought I'd seen pretty much everything. But boy, this one, well, let me show you. Now that I'm editing it, I want to throw in a quick note on this that I have chopped her video up. I am not showing you the full 4 minutes that she did. But in no way am I altering what she has to say. If you do want to see her full video, you can find it pretty easily on TikTok. All right, now that I've covered that, let's hear the first part.
I am honestly so proud of the women today.
Did you happen to catch the caption she's got on that video? She's declaring passport bros to be the new slave owners. I just wanted to point that out because it sets the tone for what's to come.
And they think that it's an insult to us that they have to run to third world countries to find women who are poverty stricken.
Third world countries? They're going to places like Thailand, the Philippines, Russia, Japan, and a host of other countries. I mean, if you think Japan's a third world country, well...
Women who ain't never seen $3 all lined up together in their life. Women who gotta share one spoonful of rice with a family of 6.
Look, I know the American educational system is a shambles right now, but to actually believe that anyone that doesn't live in the United States lives in a third world country and survives on a single spoonful of rice among 6 people? I mean... But the thing is, I get it. They have to think this way. They've been rejected by American men. They know they're going to be alone for the rest of their lives. And it's a harsh reality to face. So they're looking for ways to place the blame elsewhere so they don't have to deal with that reality. And what better way to do that than to claim that all passport bros are nothing more than slave owners and that the women that choose to be with them are nothing more than third world ignorant fools. Oh, what? You think that's a bit outlandish? Well...
Women who don't have rights, who can't work, who probably only bathe once every 2 months.
I have no words.
Women who, in their countries, are getting raped by their men, beat up by their men. Nowhere around them do they feel safe. They're not protected.
Again, I have no words.
From a child up, they're raised to just accept how men treat them.
Oh, dear God. Has she ever met a woman from another country? I'm just saying.
Because they just don't have any rights. They're basically slaves. These women are in poverty. And these men be so broke in the United States, so ugly in the United States, so corny in the United States.
All right, I'm going to end this here before I say something I really am going to regret and probably get banned for. I'm going to close with this. If you want to understand why men are going overseas, why they want nothing to do with American women, well, this mindset that she's displaying is the very reason why. There's no reason to deal with this mindset, and it's not going to change anytime soon. And that's why men are choosing to walk away from American women and pursue other options.
Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. Is the passport bro movement a legitimate response to a broken domestic dating market, or is it running away from a problem that follows you? Let me know in the comments.